Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's nice to virtually see you. Another beautiful day here in Sag Harbor. I'm excited to celebrate Shabbat with you. And we'll get started as we always do, just by singing a little to wake ourselves up. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Before we get started with our service, we'll just take a moment each for ourselves just to close our eyes and reflect for just a few brief moments. So we open our eyes, let's take a deep breath in, let a deep breath out, and we will open our Sidurim to page 186 to begin our service with gratitude. Modeh ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam. Modeh ani lefanecha melech chai v'kayam. Modeh ani thanks to you, Adonai, ever-living sovereign, that you have restored my soul to me in mercy. How great is your trust. We turn now to page 192 at the very top, Ma Tovu. Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel. Ma Tovu, Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Israel. We'll turn now to page 194, and I'll read together in Hebrew at the top of the page, a blessing for our bodies. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yatzar et ha'adam b'chokhmah, uvaravo nekavim nekavim, chalulim chalulim. Galui v'yadua lifnei chisech bodecha, she'im yipatech echad mehem, o yisatem echad mehem, אי אפשר להתקיים ולעמוד לפניך. ברוך אתה אדוני רופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות. We turn now to page 196 for a blessing for our souls. Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehoraim. 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 Join with me on the bottom of page 197. My soul came to me pure, drawn from the reservoir of the holy. All the time it remains within me, I am thankful for its thirst for compassion and justice. Let my eyes behold the beauty of all creatures, and let my hands know the privilege of righteous deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, asher biado nefesh kol chai, veruach kol b'sarish. If you choose, or if you're able at home, to please rise. We're on page 198, beginning at the top of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lesach b'ivina, le'avchin men yom u'ben laila. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, roka'aretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, anoten le'ayev koach. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavir sheina meinai utnuma me'af apai. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shasadi b'tzelem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shasani ben chorin. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shasani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael b'gvura. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, oter Yisrael b'tifara. Please be seated at home if you're still standing. We're on page 204. We'll read first the Hebrew blessing at the very top of the page, and then the English at the bottom. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. O Adonai, our God, let the words of Torah be sweet in our mouths and the mouths of your people Israel, so that we, our descendants, and the descendants of all your people Israel, may know you by studying your Torah for its own sake. Blessed are you, Adonai, who teaches Torah to your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed Torah le'amo Yisrael. Page 206. Elu devarim shehin lahem shiur, shalom ochel perotehem be'olam hazeh, ve'akeren kayemet lo le'olam haba, ve'elu hen ibud avaim ugmilut chasadim, ve'ashkamat beit hamidrash shacharit ve'aravit, ve'achnasat orchim u'bikur cholim, ve'achnasat kala l'bayat hamet v'yun tefila, ve'havat shalom ben adam la'chavero, ve'talmud Torah keneged kulam. We turn now to page 212. If we're able at home to please rise for the opening blessing of Zukei Zimra. Again, page 212. Baruch she'amar ve'haya ha'olam baruch hu, baruch oseh bereshit, baruch omer ve'oseh, baruch gozer u'mekayem, baruch merachem al haaretz, baruch merachem al habriot, baruch meshalem sachar tov lireav, baruch halad v'kayam lanetzach, baruch bodeh u'matzil, baruch shemo, b'shvachot u'bizmirot negadecha, u'nshabechecha nefercha v'naskir shimcha v'namlichecha malkeinu Eloheinu, yachid chei ha'olamim, melech meshubach u'mufoar dayad shemo agadol, Baruch atah Adonai, melech meulal batishbachot. We're now on page 214. Please be seated if you're standing. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Lehagid baboker chastecha. Lehagid baboker chastecha. Ve'emunatcha b'halelot. Ve'emunatcha b'halelot. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Alehi asur v'alei navel, alehi gayon bechinur. Ki simchtani Adonai befoalecha, b'maaseh yadecha ranen. Magalu maasecha me'od amku machshevotecha. Magalu maasecha me'od amku machshevotecha. Magalu maasecha me'od amku machshevotecha. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha. Od yehalelucha, od yehalelucha. Ashrei yoshvei veitecha. Od yehalelucha, od yehalelucha. Selah. Continue silently, Ashrei. V'anachnu nevarech ya me'ata v'yad olam, me'ata v'yad olam, me'ata v'yad olam. Hallelujah. 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 Psalm 150, page 218. Hallelujah. 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 El bekodsho. Hallelujah. Birkiauzo. Hallelujah. Bigvurotav. Hallelujah. Kerokulo. Hallelujah. 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 Take a shofar. Hallelu benemel bechinor, Hallelu betofu machol, Hallelu beminim ve'ugav, Hallelu, 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 Betzil Tele Shama, Hallelu, Betzil Tele Trua, Kol Hanshama Tehallelujah, Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. Nishmat kol chai, tevarech et shimcha Adonai Eloheinu. We continue silently on page 219. Now on page 220. Ilu finu male shira kayam, Ulshoneinu rina kamon galav, Vesiftoteinu sheva kemarchevei rakia, Veinenu meirot kashemesh vechayareach, Veyadenu frusot kenishrei shamayim, Reraglenu kalot kayalot, Ein anachnu maspikim lehodot lecha, Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'Elohei avotinu, ve'imoteinu. Continue silently on to the next page. We're now on page 222, second paragraph down in Hebrew from the top of the page. Shochenad marhom v'kadosh shemo v'chatuv rehanenu tzadikim b'Adonai la yesharim na'avat tehilah be'efi yesharim titalalu divrei tzadikim titbarachu bilshon chasidim titromamu bekerev kedoshim titkadashu v'makehalot rivevot amcha beit Yisrael verina yitbar shimcha malkeinu bechol dor vador yababai yababai bye 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 yababai yababai bye bye yai bye bye yai bye bye yababai bye 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 ay yababai yababai yai bye bye. For those who choose, we'll rise as we turn to page 223 for the concluding blessing of Pezukei Zimra, and will remain standing through the Chatzi Kaddish on the next page and the Baruch Hu after that. Yishtabach shimcha lad malkeinu, Ahel hamelech hagadol v'hakadosh b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, Ki lecha nae Adonai Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu v'Imotenu Asher ushvacha halav v'zimra u'zumemshala netzach Gedula u'gvura tila v'tiferet kedusha u'malchut Brachot ve'hodot me'ata ve'ad olam Baruch atah Adonai El melech gadol v'tishbachot El haodot Adon haniflaot Abocher v'shirei zimra melech el chei ha'olamim Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah Me'amad yirach berutei v'yamlich malchutei V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael V'hagala v'zman garim v'yimeru Amen Yeshmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam li'amei almayam Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram le'alma v'yimeru Amen Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Okay, please be seated at home. We'll start by reading together on the top of page 229, and then we will do the last three lines in Hebrew on page 228, beginning with Or Chadash. In the beginning, even then a new light was sown for the righteous, a promise that your light would become the catalyst first for order and then for hope. Author of language and light, help us to use words as you have, to cast light into dark waters and draw out justice and truth. Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir Or Chadash al Tzion Ta'ir V'nizkechu lanu Me'era V'nizkechu lanu me'era le'oro Yadadai bim bim bam Yadadai bim bam Yadadai bim bim bam Yadadai Yadadai bim bim bam Yadadai bim bam Yadadai bim bim bam Yadadai Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMeorot. Okay, we're going to turn now to page 230, and we'll read together the top of the page first in English, and then the Hebrew at the bottom. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai our God, gracing us with surpassing compassion. On account of our forebears whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life, be gracious to us, teaching us as well. O merciful one, have mercy on us by making us able to understand and discern, to heed, learn, and teach, and lovingly to observe, perform, and fulfill all that is in your Torah. V'ha'ereinu b'toratecha v'dabek limeinu l'mitzvotecha v'yachel levabeinu le'ahava u'lira et shemecha v'lo nebosh v'lo nikalem v'lo nikashel le'olam va'ed ki v'shem kodshecha Hagadol ve'anora batachnu Nagila v'nismecha v'yeshuatecha ve'avienu le'shalom me'arma kanfot haaretz ve'tolichenu komemiut ישועות אתה ובנו בחרת, וקרבתנו לשמך הגדול סלע באמת. להודות לך יחדך באהבה, ברוך אתה אדוני הבוחר בעמו ישראל באהבה. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. We're now on page 236. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר על בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ועשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, וריתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Let's read together on the top of page 239. Emet, there is no place where you are not. Even in the wilderness, there is your word. Emet, that pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way, true and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice. We're on page 238, just 4 lines up from the bottom. Tehilot le'elyon baruch hu mevorach Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael lecha anu shira besimcha rabba ve'amru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh norat tehiloto sefer le'yalai la'lai shira chadasha shibchu geulim le'shimcha al sfat hayam yachad kulam hodu והמליכו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל, ופדחנו ממך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. Remain standing. standing as we begin the Amidah together on page 242, and then continue silently. Please go at your own pace, and when you're finished, you may be seated. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Ask those who are still standing to please remain standing. Those who are seated, if you choose, to please rise. We're on page 324 for the repetition of the Amidah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibur VeHaNorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekoneh HaKol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לישני עפר, מחמוך בעל גבורות, ומדום מלך, מלך ממית ומחיים, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. We're on page 326. נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה על זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני. Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. If you're still standing, please be seated at home. We're now on page 329, very top of the page. Ismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Ismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadshei Shvi Shabbat Kulam Yisbehu V'yitangu Mitu Becha Shabbat Ismechu V'malechutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Ismechu V'malechutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat V'hashvi ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat Chemdat yamim oto kerata Shabbat Yismechu V'malechutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Yismechu V'malechutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Zecher Lemase Bereshit Shabbat Zecher Lemase Bereshit Shabbat Yismechu V'malechutecha Shomrei 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 Shabbat V'korei oneg Shabbat Eloheinu v'Elokei Avotenu v'Imotenu Ritzei Ritzei v'Yimnuchateinu Kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha v'ten chelkeinu b'toratecha Zahabeinu mituvecha v'samechenu b'shuatecha v'taher libeinu le'ovdecha be'emet ve'anchileinu Adonai Eloheinu Aylainai 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 V'yahava ratzon Shabbat Kodshecha v'yuchuva Yisrael Mekadshei Shemecha Baruch Ata Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Let's read together now on page 330 in English. On this Shabbat day, as you graciously receive our prayers, help us to hear your call. Grant us enough health to fulfill our duties and the compassion we need to attend to others. Teach us humility that we may perceive our own faults, and grant us the wisdom to be forgiving of others. Give us the courage to be true to our highest selves and the charity to see the best in those around us. Give us patience enough not to become discouraged, hope enough to overcome all fears for the future, and faith enough to know your presence. O source of blessing, look with favor upon us. May our offerings be acceptable to you. Baruch Ata Adonai, she'otcha levadcha bira na'avon. We'll turn now to page 332, and we'll read together the paragraphs in English beginning at the bottom of the page, and each paragraph ending together with the words Modim anachnu lach, how grateful we are to God for all of these gifts. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations, Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons, modim anachnu lach. For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements, modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression, modim anachnu lach. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared, modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fair world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom, modim anachnu lach. For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose, modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. We're now on page 334. Sim shalom tova uvracha chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha Barcheinu yotzreinu kulanu kechad be'or panecha ki be'or panecha natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu. Sim shalom tova uvracha chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol Yisrael amecha tarat chaim ve'ahavat chesed u'tzedaka uvracha berachamim v'chaim v'shalom. Sim shalom tova uvracha chen v'chesed v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha. Baruch atah Adonai amarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Let's read together on the top of page 337 in English. Prayer is not purely an act. All things pray, and all things pour forth their souls. The heavens pray, the earth prays, every creature and every living thing. In all life there is longing. Creation is itself but a longing, a kind of prayer to the Almighty. What are the clouds, the rising and the setting of the sun, the soft radiance of the moon and the gentleness of the night? What are the flashes of the human mind and the storms of the human heart? They are all prayers, the wordless outpouring of boundless longing for God. Oseh shalom imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Seder Kriyat Torah, the Torah service begins on page 362. If you're able, please do rise. Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai ve'ein kemasecha Malchutcha, Malchut, Kol Olamim, U'Memshaltecha, Bechol Dor V'Dor. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Imloch Le'olam Va'ed. Adonai Oz Lemo Yiten, Adonai Yivarech Et Amo V'Shalom. Yerushalayim, ki lecha levad batachnu, melech el benisa, Adon olamim. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai miYerushalayim, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch shenatan Torah, Torah, le'amo Yisrael, b'kdushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai Tiyuneh Mema Shemo Yachtav. Lecha Adonai Hagedula ve'Hagevura ve'Hatiferet ve'Hanetzach ve'Hahod, ki chol v'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki chol v'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha ve'hamitzvah lechol erosh. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu le'ahar kodsho. Please be seated at home. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This morning we are going to read from Parshat Pinchas. And Parshat Pinchas basically picks up at the end of last week's Parsha of Balak with the story that is, very much associated with the name. That essentially after this experience with the Balak, the king of the Moabites, the Israelites in camp, the men begin to, visit the local area and ultimately engage in inappropriate sexual acts. And as a result of it, God is extremely upset about it, and a plague ultimately spreads amongst the camp. And it is not until this Pinchas, who happens to be, according to the text, again of the family of Aaron, right, the son of Elazar. So this is really, in effect, Aaron's grandson. And ultimately speaking, takes up his staff, his spear, and he runs through not just anybody, but Zimri, who is, if I'm not mistaken, the head of the tribe of Manasseh, and the woman that he is with. And as a result of it, the plague ends, and we are told in the text that God gives to Pinchas two things. One is he is elevated to the kehuna, to being a kohen, which at first you might question, seeing as that he's related to already Aaron's family and to Elazar, and the rabbis explain that it's just a matter of the fact that he was born before the kehuna was given to Aaron and his descendants. So he was outside of the kehuna, even though he was part of the tribe of Levi, and then eventually this gives him that special designation and for all of his descendants. And then also we're given this sort of strange thing, which is that all of his descendants and himself will have a briti shalom, a covenant of peace with God. So, of course, the logical question here is how does somebody who does something violent end up being rewarded, and let alone rewarded with the priesthood, and let alone rewarded with this briti shalom, which is unique. So first of all, I just want to make sure, if you're following at home, Parshat Pinchas begins on page 963 in the Women's Torah commentary. And just give me a second, I can tell you where it begins here. In the Cloud Chumash, if you're following, it would be on page 1072. 73. And ultimately, if you're looking at home, you're looking for Numbers chapter 25. So, back to this idea, right, that Pinchas seemingly is rewarded for his violence. And there is a different reading that is taught by a rabbi who's known as the Netziv, Rabbi Naftali Tzvi Yehuda Berlin of Voloshin. So this is 19th century Lithuania, right? So 1800s Lithuania. And he writes as follows. The reward for turning away the wrath of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, right, it's a euphemism for God, God blessed Pinchas with the attribute of peace. Okay, so first it says here the attribute of peace, not the berit of peace, so to speak, that he should not be quick-tempered or angry, since it was only natural that such a deed as Pinchas should leave in his heart an intense emotional unrest afterwards. And therefore the divine blessing was designed to cope with this situation and promised peace and tranquility of soul. So what is the Netziv saying? He is saying that it's a reward, but it's not the reward that we think it is. That in fact the reward that is given to Pinchas is that he should not end up suffering for the rest of his life as a result of the violent act that he undertook upon himself. And again, we'll talk a little bit more about who Pinchas is and what his motivations are, but the simple reading of the text is that he saw a plague amongst the people because of idolatrous or inappropriate behavior. And he did the first thing that he thought to do, which was to end the lives of the people who were doing said acts. And in the process, to save everybody else who was innocent from this plague that was affecting the camp, regardless of whether one did the acts or didn't. So there is, I think, almost impossibly to debate against a heroic aspect to this, right? At least a conception of it. But in the so doing, right, our assumption of Pinchas, because he's often called a zealot, is that he woke up that morning with the desire to run two people through with a spear. But what the Netziv is suggesting is that, in fact, no, that wasn't really his intention. It's not really his personality necessarily. He had to do something really rather terrible. And so the reward that he gets at the end of it from God, one element of it, according to the Netziv, is that it's actually meant as a salve of some sort, right? That without this brit shalom, he would ultimately become so consumed by the violence of his act that he would ultimately have some terrible end. So in a form, this is basically of God's compassion to Pinchas so that he should not suffer in this kind of way. So one can, of course, read this text any number of different ways. That may be compelling or it may not be so compelling. I find it rather compelling, and I've been thinking about it increasingly about a number of things that are larger than just Pinchas. The question in Judaism of sort of how we relate to the ideas of our violent or our, let's say, strong, heroic kinds of characters, right? Who is it that the Jewish people look to emulate? And I think what we find when you look at stories like Pinchas, or you look at stories like King David, or you look at stories like Samson, right? You look at the story of probably the people who are most closely associated with strength and with martial skill, and yet each one of their lives involved this really sort of horrific violence, and as a result of it, could have been quite traumatic. And what we would call in other terms, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, right? That our strongest people, so to speak, are also the ones who suffer the most deeply inside, and that we don't really generally hold up and admire, to a degree, the same kinds of things that one might expect out of our heroes. That our understanding here of what the Netziv is saying is that basically Pinchas wasn't a hero and he wasn't a villain. He wasn't a zealot and he wasn't selfish either. He basically was a person who acted in a moment and perhaps rashly so, and was likely to suffer a lifetime again of either violence or sadness or a combination of both of those things. And without this attribute of peace to balance it, then he would ultimately speaking, we don't know what the outcome would be. And that really, again, it's not a reward in the traditional sense of it. It's really much more, I would say, of a tikkun, of a way of God basically trying to make up for the fact that that this violence took place, that the plague that he had to stop was ultimately from God, and that Pinchas bore the responsibility of having to take 2 lives, even to save the rest of them. And I think that ultimately speaking, this is a larger, as I said, Jewish conversation about how we think about violence and how we think about the taking of life. And that we don't, at least in my reading of texts, we never rush to do it. We shouldn't rush to do it, I should say. We shouldn't glorify it. We shouldn't necessarily even vilify it. We should simply understand that there is unfortunately violence in our world, and part of the responsibility, I think, of the Jewish people as a whole, and part of this Brit Shalom, is about trying to bring a wholeness to the world. That if violence is going to exist, then let us be the counter to that violence. If racism is going to exist, let us be the counter to that racism. If sexism and bigotry and classism, all of these things are to exist, then let us be the counterbalance. Let us, in effect, be like Pinchas, but not in a violent fashion. Right? That's his legacy, is not necessarily that he took these 2 lives, but that from that violence was lived the rest of his life, a life of priestliness and a life of shlemut, a life of wholeness and peace. So I know that was a little all over the place, but I just, I have really been thinking a lot about this character and about what lessons we are to draw from this story. And I hope that we can continue the conversation next door when we have our Torah study in a little bit. So with that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. Our Torah reading this morning is going to be from a little bit further into the chapter. If you're reading in the Women's Torah Commentary, it will begin on page 975 at the bottom. And if you are in the Plowed Chumash, just give me 1 second, you're on page 1081. So again, 1081 in the Plowed, 975 in the Women's. And in all cases, you're looking for the beginning of chapter 28 of the book of Numbers in Parshat Pinchas. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMorach. Baruch Adonai Borach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen. V'yidaber Adonai El Moshe Lemor. Tzav et Bnei Yisrael Ve'amarta Alehem. Korbani lachmi leishai reach nichoch tishmeru lakriv li bemoado ve'amarta lahem zeh ha'isha asher takrivu ladonai kevasim v'nei shana temimim Shenayim layom ola tamid et hakebes echad taseh vaboker ve'et hakebes hasheni taseh ben ha'arbaim v'asirit haifa solet lemincha belulah beshemen katit Rivi'it hahin Olat tamid ha'asuya behar Sinai lereach nichoach ishel Adonai Benizku Rivi'it hahin Lakebes ha'echad Bakodesh Hasech Nesech Sechar Ladonai Ve'et הכבש השני תעשה בין הארבעים כמנחת הבוקר וכנסקום תעשה איש ריח ניחוח לאדוני וביום השבת שני כבשים בני שנה תמימים ושני עשרונים סולת מנחה בלולב השמן ונזקו עולת שבת בשבתו על עולת התמיר ונזקה. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lahanu torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. And while we have our Torah in our midst, we will take a moment to offer our prayer of healing, our Mishaberach, that's found in our prayer books on page 371. Mishaberach Avotenu ve'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu yivarech et hacholim ha'edim. We're thinking first of those in our community and connected to our community in need of healing. Morty Lynn, Phyllis Katz, Raina Walsh, Deirdre Klein, Harav Tuvia Abraham ben Asher v'Leah, Stephanie Skid, Nancy DeMate, Andrew Lesser, Linda Shapiro, Joanne Sanborn, Jean Ben Sadoun, Gloria Taradash, Andrea Klausner, Judy Stern, Miriam Kornfeld, Raz Brody, Chana Ruth Bat Sarah, Marlise Silverberg, Louis Davidson, Susan Spruce, Fagel Tzipora Bat Elisheva Bat Sarah, Richard Gambino, Michelle Sawicki, Idol Basha Bat Yitzchak, Tzvi Menachem Ben Chaim, Rivka Bat Devora, Amy and Gavin Tucker, Janice Kurz, David Dowling, Neil Elliott and Eileen Rosen, Israel Ben Yitzchak, Ben Sion Ben Moshe, Lorraine Danis, Buddy Kasaf, Shelley Newmark, David Kyle Klopman, Rivka Bat Rachel, Sarah Bat Chana, Moshe Eliezer Ben Sivia, Peretz Ben Yehuda, and Leah Bat Naomi. And if you're thinking of anyone this morning who's in need of healing, I invite you to say their names aloud at home right now. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Aleihem L'Hachalimam L'Rapotam L'Chazikam V'Yishlach Lehem Mehira Refuah Refuah Shlema Min HaShamayim Refuat HaNefesh Refuat HaGuf Hashta B'Agalav Zman Kariv V'Nomar Amen. May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Becca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are suffering. May the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us say together, Amen. El na refana la, el na refana la, el na refana la, refuah shelema. El na refana lo, el na refana lo. And if you choose to rise at home, we'll prepare for lifting and dressing of the Torah. Yamod Amabia V'Hagolel Vezot HaTorah Asher Samoshe Lifnei Bnei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai Biad Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva Lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva Lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva Lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah. Tziva Lanu Moshe. Okay, please be seated if you are still standing. This morning's Haftarah, if you have a copy of the Plav Chumash, is found on page 1095. And if you're following at home, you're looking for the first book of Kings, chapter 18, verse 46 to chapter 19, verse 21. So again, that's 1 Kings, chapter 18, verse 46 to chapter 19, verse 21. Again, the Haftarah for Parshat Pinchas. And we'll begin with the blessings. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratzav v'divreihem hanemarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'b'moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'b'nviei ha'emet v'tzedek. The hand of the Eternal settled on Elijah, and he girded up his loins and ran ahead of King Achav all the way to Jezreel. When Achav told Queen Jezebel all that Elijah had done and how he had put all the prophets of Baal to the sword, Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah who said, "May the gods do this to me and more, if by this time tomorrow I have not done the same thing to you, to your life, as you did to the life of one of them." Fearing this, Elijah fled at once for his life. He came to Beersheba in the territory of Judah, and there he left his servant behind. He went on a day's journey into the wilderness. He came and sat under a broom brush and prayed for death, saying, "Is it too much? Take my life now, Eternal One. I am no better than my forebears." He lay down under the bush and fell asleep, and suddenly an angel touched him and said, "Get up and eat." He looked around, and there, beside his head, was a cake baked on hot stones and a jar of water. After eating and drinking, he lay down again and slept. The angel of the Eternal came a second time and woke him up, saying, "Get up and eat, or the journey will be too much for you." He got up and ate and drank, and the meal gave him enough strength to walk 40 days and nights as far as the mountain of God at Horeb, otherwise known as Mount Sinai. There he went into a cave and spent the night. Then the word of the Eternal came to him. "What are you doing here, Elijah?" And he answered, "Eternal One, God of heaven's hosts, I have always been devoted to you, only to you. But the people of Israel have broken their covenant with you, torn down your altars, and killed your prophets. I am the only one left, and now they are trying to kill me." And God said, "Go out and stand before me, the Eternal, on the mountaintop." Then the Eternal passed by. A furious wind split the mountains and shattered rocks in the presence of the Eternal. But the Eternal was not in the wind. After the wind, an earthquake, but the Eternal was not in the earthquake. After the earthquake, fire, but the Eternal was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. When Elijah heard it, he wrapped his mantle about his face and went out, standing at the entrance of the cave. A voice came to him saying, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" And he said, "I have been full of zeal for the Eternal, the God of heaven's host. The people of Israel have broken your covenant, thrown down your altars, and killed your prophets. I am the last one left, and they are looking to take my life too." The Eternal said to him, "Go back the way you came to the wilderness of Damascus. There anoint Hazael as king of Aram, and anoint Jehu, son of Nimshi, as king of Israel, and anoint Elisha, son of Shaphat of Avel Meholach, as prophet to take your place. Anyone who escapes death at the hands of Hazael will be killed by Jehu, and anyone who escapes Jehu will be put to death by Elisha. And I will leave in Israel only 7,000, all those who did not kneel to Baal, whose lips did not kiss him." He left that place and found Elisha, son of Shaphat, who was plowing, and there were 12 pairs of oxen before him. He was with the 12th. And Elijah went over to him and tossed his mantle onto him. He left the oxen and ran after Elijah and said, "Let me please go kiss my father and mother, and then I will follow you." "Go back," said he, "for what would I do to you?" Elisha went back and took the pair of oxen and slaughtered them. Using the wood from the ox harness, he boiled the meat and gave it to the people to eat. And then he got up and went after Elijah and became his apprentice. We'll discuss a little bit more in Torah study what the connections are between that Haftarah and this morning's reading. So our concluding blessings are found back in our prayer book on page 372. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, tzur kol haolamim, tzadik bechol hadorot, ha'el hane'eman ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber u'mkayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al Elohim ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha lechavod u'tifaret. Al kol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach u'mevarchim otach yitbarach shimcha befi kol chai tamid leolam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. If you are able at home, if you would rise as we turn to page 376 to offer a prayer for our country and then a prayer for the state of Israel on the adjoining page. Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing, and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in the darkness. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen. A prayer for the state of Israel, page 377. Avinu shebashamayim tzur Yisrael v'goalo, barech et medinat Yisrael reishit tzmichat geulatenu. Agen aleha be'evrat chastecha ufros aleha sukat shlomecha. Ushlach orcha v'amitcha l'rasheha sareha v'yoatzeha. V'taknem be'etzah tova milfanecha, v'natata shalom ba'aretz, v'simchat olam le'yoshveha, v'nomar Amen. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. You remain standing as we turn back to page 374, as we prepare to return the Torah to the earth. Ya'alelu et Shem Adonai, ki nizkav shemo levado, odo al eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo, tehila lechol chasida, lifnei Yisrael am kerovo. Alleluia. Ki lekach tov natati lachem torati al tazovu et chaimi lachazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem. standing as we turn to page 586 at the bottom of the page, Aleinu L'Shabeach. Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol Latet Gedula L'Yotzer Breshit Shelo Asanu Kegoyei Haratzot Velo Samanu Kemishpachot Adama Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem Vegor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam Vanachnu Korim Umishtachavim Umodim Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu V'ne'emar V'haya Adonai Lemelech Al Kol Haaretz V'yom Hahu V'yom Hahu Yeh Adonai Echad U'Shemo 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 Echad. Ask those in mourning and those observing yahrzeit to please remain standing. Everyone else may be seated. We think first of those who've passed in recent months. Nancy Fisher, Saul Fisher, Edwin Friedman, Sandra Friedman, Laura Kurtz, Maya Osofsky, Vera Shaps, Lisa Schneidman, and Norma Small. We also mark the yahrzeits that occurred during the last week for Louis Appel, Rosalind Bromberg, Helen Davis, Hannah Epstein, Seal Friedlander, Fred Gorodnick, Sandy Goldstein, Sam Hirsch, Sylvia Horowitz, Joel Jacobs, Rose Jaffe, Alan Kolanitsky, Samuel B. Kutash, Oscar Linden, Nancy Love, Dora Miller, Dr. Milton Schreiber, Stephen Shapiro, Doris Solomon, Edna Spinner, Moreno Harav, Rabbi Paul M. Steinberg, Joanna Susser, Abba Weinstein, and Nathaniel Weinstein. And if you are thinking of anyone this morning we did not mention, now would be the time to mention their names aloud at home. We join together on page 598 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. B'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mevarach le'alam le'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'ila min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Ta'amiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Zichronam livracha, may every one of their memories be for a blessing. If you're still standing, please be seated at home. Shabbat shalom, everybody. I get my Shabbat's ready. So a few announcements, hopefully important ones. First, of course, is we'll welcome everyone for our Torah study that will begin promptly at 12 o'clock. And if you don't have the Zoom information for that, please email me and I will be happy to set you up before noon. Also, a reminder that tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, Ruth's short story book group will be meeting on Zoom. Hopefully you all already got your link and access, but if not, please let Ruth or myself know. Again, that'll be tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Also, a reminder that tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, we still have several virtual tickets left for our showing of the documentary film Fiddler, A Miracle of Miracles. And I will send out all the information that you need. If you've already signed up, don't worry. Everything will come to you first thing tomorrow in an email with all the instructions. It's certainly a little bit out of the ordinary, doing a shared film online is not so straightforward, but I promise it is simple enough. Everyone can do it. Everyone will be able to participate, and it will really be lovely. And at the end of the film, we have a treat, which is our just previous student cantor, Emily Houlihan, who was involved for a brief time with the Broadway musical itself, is going to tell us a little bit about the experience and also to help us to sing a few of the classic songs. So again, that's tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Just a reminder that there are a number of new classes, programs that are up on our website and our calendar, as well as on our weekly e-blasts. Lots of different offerings that most of them are designed, again, for drop-in or drop-out. but all of them require some amount of registration. So please give it a shot, give it a try, see what interests you. Just a reminder also that this coming week we have on Wednesday evening at 7:30, my dear friend, colleague, one of the great teachers of Torah that I've ever met in my entire life, Rabbi Brandon Bernstein, who's going to talk about some of the deeper meanings behind Jewish fasting. He's a remarkable teacher, so please sign up for it. Again, that'll be this Wednesday at 7:30. Also, a reminder that Toby's virtual cooking and dining experiences will begin this Thursday at 5 o'clock, so please register for that. Toby will show you how to make a wonderful dish, and then everybody will get to eat it together via Zoom. Also, just a reminder, and I just don't have the dates in front of me, so please do check the website. We have a wonderful panel discussion on wellness in the time of pandemic coming up. We have the Jewish Joke Fest coming up. We have Jewish Trivia Night coming up. And at the end of the month, we have the Social Justice Committee next panel in our panel discussions that we are arranging on the issues of racial injustice, this time focusing on the history of the historically black communities of the East End and especially of Sag Harbor. So, as I said, all the details, all the registration, all the information you will find on the website. We have a lot going on. We hope that you will join us for some, if not all of it. And we're going to begin the conclusion of our service on page 626 with Ein Keloheinu. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Micheloheinu, Michadonenu, Michemalkeinu, Michemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emalkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. All right, if you have wine or grape juice handy, now would be the time to find it. As I try and remember exactly where the Kiddush is found. Give me 1 second. Okay, page 604. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש שבת וינפש שבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם על כן ברך אדוני את יום השבת ויקדשהו סברי ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן אמן. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, L'chaim. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Shabbat. Hope I'll see some of you online for a Torah study at 12 o'clock sharp. And, oh yes, also a reminder, Havdalah at 7 o'clock tonight if you'd like to join. Shabbat Shalom.